Remember, on the wall we've got a lot of wires going through. I'm going to put a piece of tin over it because we're going to be nailing and screwing, and just in case we forget, this should stop the nails or let me know there's something exciting behind it. We'll go around the whole place, and any place the wires are getting close to the surface, we'll put one of these up just as a safety. We'll just tack it up with shingle nails. All right, she's all wired. Metal protective plates are all in place. Do one last walk around, make sure. What I did yesterday off camera is I made sure all the corners had nailing strips in them. And all the wiring is done. This is going to be an access, there'll be an access area here, so this won't be hidden. All the plumbing is roughed in. All the DC wiring and AC wiring is roughed in. So today we're going to start putting insulation up. We're going to start behind the stove here. I'm going to put the insulation up, and then I got to put a heat shield up, and the inside is progressing. First wall in. I don't know if this is the most efficient way, because we kind of overlap it in the center, but it's certainly quicker. In the cabin we did a lot more seams. We did it vertical, just vertical pieces. And I'm not sure if it's a lot more taping, a lot more seams. I think this is probably way more airtight. Time will tell. So I thought you might like to know what I do when I come to an outlet. So we find the outlet, I put a vertical slit in it. And then I can have a look inside and just use a utility knife, and we'll just cut it that way, cut it this way, cut it this way, cut it this way, and then fold it around the box. And we tape up around. It seems to work. I'll show you when we got her finished. There we go. And we'll just tape up around it. Boxes are sitting fairly proud of the wall. The reason we do that is because we're going to be using boards and 1/2-inch plywood for fairing strips, so they have to be fairly proud of the wall. It'll make sense once we start putting the wainscoting and the boards in. It'll make more sense. Well, AC is wired in. DC is wired in. We're going to neaten up these wires, but she's roughed in now. We can hook up some temporary lights because it is getting to be the season of overcast and miserable days, so light inside would be handy. Okay, talk to you later. So we're gonna put a temporary heat shield on here. So 1.5 inch spacers and 1 inch air gap underneath. So this should be good temporary. We'll put something real nicer later on, but this will get us through the winter. Just got to put one behind here, and basically I just found some table legs at the dump, so I just grabbed a couple and cut them into 1.5 inch spacers, and we just use 3.5 inch wood screws to secure them. And that should be good. That'll make it safe. Okay, thanks guys. I'll give you an update when it's done. And just a note, I used a 1 inch board, and I set the tin on top of that, so it automatically gives me my air gap at the bottom. And we just remove it after we get it installed. And mark your pallet boards on the floor, and up top. Up top's not so bad because you can see where you need to be. I pre-drilled all the holes in the tin. And, all right, simple job, but needs to be done. Get her finished. She's a little bit rough, but it's a cabin. Be nice to have a stone veneer back or something like that later on, but this will be safe for the winter. All right, thanks for watching. Like if you like it, subscribe, comment. Lots more to come yet. We started working up on the second floor, and we're going to frame this in, insulate it. Let's see if we can get this framed and insulated on the gable ends today. I think we've got the process figured out now. Did this yesterday off camera just so I could figure it out. Still got to do something at the bottom here yet. We'll have to tape it up just to seal it up, but I'll film the process over here as we go along. Basically, you start up here. You take a level and you level across and mark the 2 uprights where the bottom of this support is, and that's where you start. We'll use Pallet 2x4s, and we'll put a double row down on the uprights. Okay, we match that angle. We'll have to put a spacer behind that, but we'll put a spacer, 2-inch spacer behind that to give us the same dimensions as that. And that'll do for this side. So we put a bit of 3/8 plywood. And we'll bring the collar ties over to the end. Now we'll just add some pieces in here all the way down. I'll update you when I get one or two of them up. This is basically to separate the warm air from the cold air. We have, if you notice, we have the vent on the eaves, so that would give us ventilation. All right, continue on. We've buttoned up the rough end of the electrical. This is going to be an access port. We're not hiding junction boxes. We'll have a labeled door here, so we'll have access to all the junctions. The bottom one is the AC circuit and the top one is the DC circuit. Oh yeah, I gotta put a piece of tin here. And I think we're good to start to finish insulating. It's already much warmer in here. That's what I like about this stuff. It gives you a bit of insulation and it's a vapor barrier all in one, and it just cuts out all the drafts. And the good thing is, especially for a shed or a cabin, or that you're not in it all year round, the mice never seem to bother it. There's nothing for them to burrow in. Insects don't burrow in it. Broken record on this stuff, but it works. All right, we're going to finish off this area here where the chimney goes through, and the last gable end. So I've cut some boards. is we're going to need to put them in here. So we've got something to nail the top of the plywood to when we cover this up eventually. So we'll just drill them and screw them in on both sides. So out here again today, we had a big snowstorm. She's melting away, but early this year. So this is going to be the kitchen area, so I am going to plywood the whole kitchen area. I think we're doing that because when we hang cabinets or build the cabinets, they're going to be all built in place, and having plywood, so wherever you put a screw, wherever you put a cleat, there's going to be something for the screw to bite into. So this is just D grade 1/2 inch plywood. So that's the project for today. When I'm finished up, I'll let you know. I'll show you what we got done. Thanks for watching. Well, we're officially in the new building, new cabin. When you set up the coffee, you're officially moved in. Lots of work to do yet, but you need to set coffee up.